Boom. Welcome to Fight Heads MMA. It's me, Miss Nikki. And today I have a special, extra special guest. I have Mr. L Tornado, Tyler Goodjohn from the
Thank you
UK.
very much.
Yes,
What a
young man. Yes,
welcome.
young
What a
man.
welcome.
Okay, first your let me address your heading right there. It says El Tornado,
Yeah.
good dong. Good on. What is that? What's good with that?
uh, I've just I've just been known to make a few videos, and I got the title Goodjohn, which is obviously a bit of a rhyme on Good John.
So you done made you a couple of peekaboo videos.
Yeah, just a couple of videos that, and yeah, what can I say?
I did not know that, young man. I didn't know. I didn't
Yeah.
know. Okay, so I don't know. Let me wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
We'll revisit that later. So let's go. Let's start from the beginning. Um, are you an only child?
No, I have a brother, older brother.
Okay. So is he in the combat sports world at all?
He was boxing. He ended up having, God, he must have had like 50 amateur fights, and then he had one professional glove boxing fight. But yeah, no, he's the sensible side of the family. He's got kids, he's married, he's got a successful business, and I'm the what just keep the mad side where I go around having bare knuckle fights with people and just getting up to madness really.
Okay. So you've been in combat sports how much of your life?
20 years.
Oh, okay. And you are how old?
20. I thought, well, it'll be 20. So it was just be 20 years in May that I've been doing boxing. I've been doing boxing. So I started when I was 10. So I'll be 30.
Okay.
Started on
So
my
you
birthday.
32?
On my birthday. So I'm 30 in May. So I'm 29 now.
Oh,
But I'm
okay.
30 in May. So I'll be doing boxing. Yeah, 20 years in May. Which is a stupid
Okay.
amount of time when you think about it. But I'm still here.
Okay, so we're gonna fast forward a little bit. You where I originally seen you was at BKB over there in the UK. And you're home now, right? You're
Yeah,
back
I'm
in
in
the
the UK
UK.
now. Yeah, I'm back in my flat. Yeah, just watching TV in lockdown.
Okay. Okay. So you originally started at that organization, right? At
In the
BKB.
UK, yeah,
Okay, so
BKB, yeah.
in the footage of your championship fight with Mr. George, is that's his name, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It seemed like at the end of the fight, you were happy to some degree, but not like fully, completely. It seemed like something was missing for you. You had just won that belt. What was going on in your mind at the end of that fight? I know it was a tough fight because I watched
You
it.
know what? Like, I was just obviously the fight had a knockdown, a clean knockdown that hadn't been counted, and then I had a point taken off. I don't even know what, and it was just sort of like the scores were very close, and I felt like I was robbed a clear win. I mean, the fight was super competitive. Don't get me wrong, like super competitive. But when you watch that fight, I was the better fighter. I got the better punches. And it was just yeah, there was just a few stupid things in that fight that messed it up really. A clear victory.
So,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
still won.
Yeah, no, but like it's just To be honest, I mean, all fighters will understand this. Like, you're never going to be fully happy with your performance. Do you know what I mean? You're just not. I'm always critiquing myself in some way, which obviously, helps to make you better down the line.
So what happened with the belt? Where do you stand with BKB right now?
So yeah, no.
Did you defend it?
Oh,
Did you vacate it?
I
What'd you
know.
do?
I was scheduled to fight Jimmy Sweeney, who is Gypsy Traveller background, had, about 28 bare knuckle fights and stuff like that. Very good fighter, to be fair. I trained 12 weeks for it, and I got about a week out, and then obviously COVID happened, so that didn't happen. And then yeah, we had a real falling out with BKB. Bomb done. I'm out of that, and then BKFC come along.
Okay, so how'd you get connected? We're gonna fly on over here to the US, and you got connected to BKFC. See, like I don't have a lot of time. I just do not be. I'm asking you because I genuinely do not know the answer to these questions. So,
Yeah.
how did you get connected to BKFC over here?
So I was just through BKFC themselves. They were. I've been speaking to them on and off for probably a couple of years, really, about me coming over. Um, so yeah, it all went through. Yeah, like I spoke to David Feldman himself and all his associates and all the marketing team and everything else. So yeah, I was in quite regular contact, really.
So you got over here. Was you excited about coming over here and fighting at BKFC?
Oh yeah, of course of course, yeah. Like it looked like the way they're promoting me and making a big deal of me and everything else, and just look, for I'm a country kid. You know what I mean? I come from a small country place. Like, to be fighting in America, for me, that's the dream for me. That's to say I fought in my own country and was champion there, then I've been fighting in America. That's a dream. So um, yeah, I was more than happy to come over here and do it.
When you came, did you have just that one fight contract, or were you looking?
No,
What was the
no,
deal?
I was. It was a 4 fight contract, so I was, I was there. Like, again, I was buzzing. It was, I was happy. I was happy with what they're saying in the contract and stuff like that. So yeah, it was all good.
Okay, so you got over here and you got to see, Vegas and some other places. I don't know where you went while you was here.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know where you went when you was here, but the gyms that you were able to get into or go to. How was it? What was your experience? And can you throw
What
some gym
about
names out
around
there?
what? But just bit training in America and that. You mean how was? Do you mean, so repeat that question? Sorry, I didn't hear it all.
I said the gyms that you were able to visit while you were here and train in
Yeah,
or
yeah.
work out in or anything. What was your experience?
Oh, they were great. Yeah, got to like the first gym I walked in. Demarcus Corley was in there. I ended up doing some sparring with him and some unbeaten pros who were training there. Then I went to a Mexican boxing gym, the Johnny Tacos in Vegas, and I was sparring a lot of the like amateurs and pros coming up and that in there. So yeah, it was cool. It's exactly what I want. I can remember saying years and years ago, I want to go over to America. I want to go in the Mexican gyms and want to spar and stuff like that. And I got to see a bit of it. So it was cool.
Okay, so for your bare knuckle training, Did you have anybody specific you were training with or working with?
I mean, to be honest, the only person that was helping me was Christine Ferrer. Really, to be fair, it was she was, she was just taking me about sparring. I was doing my fitness stuff on my own and stuff like that. To be honest, it was difficult. It was, it was such a hard camp. We're living in hotels, and with COVID, there was no laundry service. So just stupid things like we couldn't wash all our clothes, and it was a bit of a nightmare at times. But yeah, like Christine pulled it all together, got us sparring, got us pads, and stuff like that. So yeah, until we got COVID, which obviously um, made Mark really ill.
Wow. Did
But that's
were
another
you and
story
Mr.
that
were
we'll go on to.
because you're a fellow fighter from your country, Mr. Godbear?
Mark Godbeer. Yeah, yeah,
Yes. He came over too, and you guys were supposed to be storming the
yeah,
shores, you know what I'm saying, the
yeah,
BKFC.
yeah, yeah,
And both of you got
yeah,
sick, huh?
yeah,
Y'all both
yeah. I
ended up getting
mean,
sick. How
I
close in quarters were you and Mark? How close were y'all, like living at the
so
same hotels, or was he living under other circumstances?
oh yeah, we were living in the same hotel room. We were, I mean, you're talking about we had to go to Dubai, and then we've had to live. Neither I had to borrow money off Mark to try and this was we tried to fight in America on a budget. At the end of the day, me and Mark aren't millionaires, so we come over, done our bit, living in Dubai, which was very expensive. Um, Flights to America, and then obviously hotels and that up until the fight. So
Damn.
yeah, we were pretty much living on a budget, really. So we're living in the same room. Mark went and sparred Hasim Rackman Jr. Um, and he tested positive for COVID about 2 days later. I messaged Mark. Mark started to feel really, really unwell anyway. I got like flu-like symptoms. I didn't. I mean, I was ill, as in I just couldn't move. I was so aching, and I was all the flu stuff, fever and that. But it hit Mark in a different way. Mark got double pneumonia. I mean, I didn't need the laugh eggs, but it not like to see a grown man, 6'5", 19 stone, in it floored him. He didn't get out of bed for like 10 days. You know what I mean? It was different. Um, and he had to go to hospital in the end as well. Um, so yeah, it was
So
that
what
was
started out as a good thing kind of
yeah.
flipped the other way on you. I'm sorry,
Oh,
baby, that
it
happened.
madness. It was yeah, like and because I didn't have the double pneumonia and that, and all I'm thinking about is like, all the money I've invested into getting out here. I need to fight in this fight and get paid. I need to get paid. Like I mean,
Right.
like I, I'd come out to earn money to pay off solicitors to try and see my little girl, I've got all that going on in my life, so I've just come out to, make some money to be able to pay that off. Um, yeah, and
Damn.
I was
So
out here,
that
I need to
all
fight.
that shit happening kind of fucked with your mental and your physical going into this fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
is
yeah, it
is
was,
it kind of safe to say
I,
you might have been a little delirious going into the fight? Is that safe to say? You might just have been a little
was
bit
so
delirious
what,
going into the fight.
what, when I went into that fight, do you know what? Like the worst thing about that fight as well, right? So I had COVID up until about a week out from my fight, and it was the lightest that I've fought at in probably like 5 years. So I had to lose quite a lot of weight as well. So I'm on the treadmill, like wrapped up with all everything, trying to lose weight. running on it with COVID as well. With COVID, just trying to sweat it out of me. Um, yeah, honestly, I could write a book about that whole America trip. It was just ridiculous, really. And
Speak your piece, but
if people can say, I tell you one thing, people can say, oh, Tyler Goodjohn didn't perform his best or whatever. I done well just to get in that fucking ring. So like, to be fair, like I'm proud of myself. I've done what I can to get in that ring that night, and I won. So yeah.
so I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just all of this is like kind of flooding me. Like I'm taking it all in. And
Mhm.
this is so wild. And I didn't see this coming. And I'm sorry y'all had to deal with all of
Oh
that.
yeah.
You know,
Oh
you know
no,
what
it
I'm
was a
saying?
fucking nightmare. It was a proper night. But again, big shout out to Christine who again took me to get me all my COVID tests. Took me up to hospital. Literally again without her,
Wow.
one I wouldn't have fought that night, and two, Mark probably would have been ended up being a lot worse than he was. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's all we had out in America. We didn't have no one. Do you know what I mean? We were fucked really. We had Christine who was bending over backwards to help us, but all the other BKFC lot, you know, like Feldman or whatever. If I message him, you'll never get a reply. Do you know what I mean? Me and Mark were on our own out here. We were, you know, we promised a lot of stuff, and they didn't deliver.
Didn't you work? Didn't weren't you working with somebody? Didn't you have a management team or anything?
Yeah, yeah. I was working with Kevin. Yeah, yeah. So yeah.
I'm gonna leave that right there.
Like
I'm
that,
gonna leave that right
but
there.
you got another
I'm gonna
lot.
leave that right. I'm gonna lay that. I'm gonna lay that right there. So the fight with felony.
You don't mind me throwing a joint there?
Oh no, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
You good? Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. You good?
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I know at least that much about you.
Good, good.
Okay, so
Yep, the fight with felony. Go. Mhm.
so going into the fight, I want to say everything you said after the fight. I'm gonna have to contribute that to you taking punches to the head and to probably to your stomach and some other places on your body between y'all two engaging, both of y'all. So what I will say is I really don't want to think that you didn't take him seriously going into the
Mm,
fight.
mm.
Did you or did you not for real? That's what I need to
No,
know.
no, no,
Really?
probably not. To be honest with you, just with everything going on, it was sort of like, yeah, like the opponent was secondary. Do you know what I mean? I was just, it sounds stupid because actually since the fight, I've looked into Charles Bennett a lot, and he's a good fighter. Do you know what I mean? He's proper well known, and actually, yeah, I probably did overlook him a bit, and we've actually spoke since as well, me and Bentley, and he said that. He fully trained for like 4 to 6 weeks. He said I trained. I was excited by the fight. I was fit. Um, and yeah, he's a good fighter. He's awkward. I what I will say is, I wanted someone who was going to come and have a fight with me, and obviously once I put him over in the first round, he just very much went on the back foot. So it was hard to be in an exciting fight. Do you know what I mean? So but yeah, he's a good fighter.
I cannot believe, as a fighter, young man, that you traveling all the way from over there to over here didn't do no research on your opponent. I'm shocked at that. That's not something I expected to hear you say.
Yeah, yeah, it's
You won't do
yeah.
that again, will
I mean,
you?
I watched bits and bobs. Yeah, you know what, I was so, I wouldn't have said like I I watched little bits, I didn't watch a lot of him, I will be honest, but, I was just, there was a lot of pressure on me to go in there, not only win, but let's face it, look very good at the same time. And I wanted to go in there and get that. But he's going to come and have a fight with me, and he didn't want to engage. He wanted to counter, and it just made for a bit of a messy fight, to be honest. But yeah, anyone who would have stand and fought with me, it would have been a different fight.
Okay. Okay. So,
And I
do you
and I
think,
fought
do
bare
you
knuckle
give him
FC.
credit?
To be fair, can I just say I
Do
fought
you
bare
give
knuckle
him
FC.
credit for the knockdown he said he got on you? Do you give him credit for that?
No, and he should give me credit for not knocking him out when I got up afterwards. Didn't bitch about it, and didn't punch him when the rest said I could have. So it's up to him. If he wants to be like that, because I could have sparked him out there and then, but I didn't because I was a sportsman. So it's up to him.
Wow. This was some kind of this is just weird some kind of way. I don't know. So, the 4-fight contract, are
Yeah.
you going to fulfill the other 3 fights?
Well, no, I wouldn't. Not unless a lot of things change. No, I'm not. No, I've been really disrespected. Like, I mean, all this America trip's gonna come out. I'm actually doing a podcast with Chris Lytle, who's
Uh-huh.
part of the Bare Knuckle FC and that. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really truthful, and I'm gonna tell everyone exactly what happened. Um,
Oh, so you
all,
gonna
all
let
the
it all
stuff
go
that
with
we
Chris Lytle?
Yeah, because he's part of Bare Knuckle FC, and he can defend them if he wants. But I've got proof and everything else. So it's me and Mark got there. Like, Mark's
I've been a
Mark was treated like
podcaster
dog
since.
shit as
Wait, wait,
well.
wait, 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 wait. I've been with them since card one. Like, I stand alone. I represent Fight Heads MMA. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
MNB Inc.
yeah,
We were one of your sponsors
mm,
for your fight. So
mm,
all I ever want as my standalone media is your truth. I'm not here
mm,
to
mm.
judge you,
Yeah.
but
No, I'm not. I'm not saying
I
that.
need to know.
I'm not here to tell you anything. Yeah, yeah. I just want to hear what someone who works for BKFC has to say. Do you know what I mean? And as a fighter, do you know what I mean?
Okay, okay, I get that. I get that. To see
Yeah.
y'all, this is going to be interesting
Because
to watch
I
y'all
feel
go.
like, yeah, I want to, a fight. At the end of the day, fighters just want to be looked after. That's all we want. And we do the rest. We get in the ring, and we give our lives every time we get in the ring. With me, I was paid 5.5 weeks after I fought. And if anyone thinks that is that is fair,
You got
you,
paid
you
5.5 weeks after you fought. Is that what you
yeah,
said?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
How come you didn't get paid the same night like everybody does?
So I obviously being the English fighter, Mark Godbeer told me Mark's had loads of fights in America. Said, look, tell them that we don't want to be paid by check because obviously we can't cash it until we get back into the UK. So that's no good for us. So we want to be paid by wire. So wire over to us by bank details. Yep, that was sweet. Everyone said that was great. I'll give them my details. Da, 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 da. And 5.5 weeks later, I got paid. So there was a lot of excuses, a lot of excuses. Um, but 5.5 weeks later, it turned up my account. 2 days after I posted up on all my socials that I hadn't been paid. You know, so
So did you
it's
get
a
what
decent
you were
little.
supposed to make?
Uh, so by the time everyone took their bit, I assumed so. I was just, to be honest, I was just happy to get some money to be able to come home. Do you know what I mean? I think at home I had to pay for my flights and COVID tests and everything else. So it was a nightmare, to be fair, in the end.
Okay, so you know Mercy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Mercy's here. She would love to have a few words with you, young man. Hold on. I need you to put the headphones on. You can hear me. Hey, what up? You see me?
Is that me, Mercy?
You see me? You know it's me. You know what's up?
Yeah,
You know it's me. Maybe I'm moving out the camera. Hey, you know it's me. What is really happening? Tell me what's happening. Where you at?
What do you mean?
Where you at?
What?
What city
I'm
you
in
in?
the UK now. I'm in the UK
Why?
now.
Why are you in the UK? What
Uh,
happened?
because what with BKFC, because they didn't pay me for 5.5 weeks.
So you were in the UKFC. You were in the UK because why? Say it again.
Because
Tell me one more time.
because BKFC didn't pay me for 5.5 weeks.
Okay, so we in the UKFC in the UK, and we need a fight. Is that what we saying? We still need a fight. Like you still ready to fight, right?
What me? Yeah, I can fight. Yeah, like yeah.
You still would fight, right?
I would still fight for BKFC if they paid me on time and didn't give me all the fucking excuses under the sun and everything else and help me with expenses like they said they were with me, both me and Mark got there, I'd still be happily part of BKFC. But the way they disrespect
Did
me
you get your
now.
sponsorship money? I want to know. Did you get your
I got it through.
sponsorship money?
I got it. I got it. I got it through Kevin, but I know that Kevin's obviously took his bit and
Did you
everything
get
else, and I
all
know
of
that
it?
Kevin's David.
Did you get all of it?
I don't know.
All of it?
I don't know.
Did you get it
I
all?
don't know where.
Oh, you don't
It
know.
went through Kevin,
Because
so I
why?
don't know. No,
Tell
I
me
don't
why.
know
Tell me why you don't know. Tell me. Tell me
because
the
it would have
truth.
went through Kevin.
Hey,
It
this
would have
is
went
the
through
truth.
Kevin because it would have
How
went through
come?
Kevin.
Okay. So
It went
you
through
don't know
Kevin.
how much money you made. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me? You
Oh,
don't
no,
know.
I had so much money coming out, right? I was in so much debt and I was borrowing so much money from other people to try and stay alive in America. I don't know how much fucking money I earned because I didn't get it for 5.5 weeks. So I was literally
Hey,
spending
party
other
guy.
people's
That
money to try and
you
stay
you
alive. Do you
talking
know what I mean?
all around.
Rude.
You talking all around the subject. You don't know how much money you were supposed to get. Is that what you're saying? So
From you.
sponsors like me, you don't know how much you were
Yeah,
supposed to get.
it was, yeah, I
You don't know.
was meant to get like $500 a month from you, right? I
Uh,
can't
uh,
really like remember it to
did you get
tell you
it?
the truth.
Did you get it? Did you get it?
I don't know. I
Did it
can't
receive?
remember
Did it come to your
honestly.
bank account?
Um,
That's all I want to know. Did it come to your bank account? Yes,
I
that's
got
a yes or no. Did
I
you
got
get it?
cash apped it. I think I got cash apped it.
Okay. And did you get all of it?
I don't know to be honest. I don't really know. It could like I don't know.
Okay.
Because it was
So see
all
fast.
I'd
Say
get my
fast.
sponsors or I'd get my sponsors all at once. You see, so I don't know if it was. Uh,
Much love.
yeah.
Much love. Mercy loves you. Much love.
Thank you, Mercy.
Okay. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you.
Right.
Um, so me and you. It's back to me and you. She asked the questions that she wanted to know, and I asked the questions that I want to know.
Mhm.
I seen a post from you, and I had to share it. Ask about the green hair. Okay, we're gonna get to that, sis. We're gonna get to the gray haired kid on your page. We know him. I know him. I don't I don't know if Mercy has ever met this young man, but I believe him and I have met. I'm pretty sure I have met this young man at one of the shows. So, Mr. Lambert. So we're gonna talk about that. But the green hair. He knows. The green hair. The green hair.
Yeah. Yeah, the green haired guy, yeah. You know what? Like this guy, right? Honestly, I swear to you, right? So,
what made you?
back in the
What
Miami show,
attracted
you know, back in the Miami show, yeah, where Palomino and Ayla's fought, that Brandon Lambert come up to me, cuddled me, wanted a picture with me. Honestly, I thought he was gonna get on his knees and suck my dick. Honestly, it was embarrassing, right? Next thing I know, right? Next thing I know, a week later, he's trolling me online. And I'm thinking to myself, mate, you were asking for a photo last week. Do you know what I mean? I said, you're nothing but a little fanboy. I said, you're just a little fanboy. Like, it's embarrassing.
He said,
He's trying to troll me. He's trying to troll me. Like,
it's too funny, Tyler. He said at the Miami show when Allers and Palomino fought, he said Lambert ran up on him and he said he thought he was going to suck his dick. He was fanboying him. He was fanboying him. And then a week later, he started trolling him. I'm going to tell you, she asked me one day who was Brandon Lambert. I simply said to her, he is one of the social media rebel rousers. That's what I call him.
yeah,
I know he be trolling.
Right. But again, it's just like.
Oh my God. Listen. The fact that they made that a prenup fight was the thing. That was the best thing ever. And looking at Mr. Grant, you wouldn't think that he would have. You would think that with all the stuff that Brandon was talking, he would have been able to answer for it, and not that fight might not have should have not ended the way it did. But it is what it is. So you can't be talking shit and then not show up, bro.
It was.
So it gave you joy
painful.
to post
You know
that
what? It was
picture, huh?
actually. It's just like, bro, it doesn't give me joy because the thing is, like, you know, like that kid should not be anywhere near a fucking boxing ring. Do you know what I mean? Like a professional contest, he should be nowhere near a ring, and he should not be on pay-per-view, and he shouldn't be. He is an internet troll who has talked himself into a fight, and it's just like that shouldn't be that easy. It's, yeah, fuck it was just so bad, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean?
You just said a whole lot about what you just said. You just said a whole lot. And I get that. I get every bit of what you just said. And that is so true
Yeah.
from every angle. And it should not be that easy. But I guess at the end of the day, some people kind of got to be put in their place, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I can see how, yeah, it was entertaining for the fans and that, but then after he put something up on Facebook saying, Tyler Goodjohn, I'm coming for you, and I was like, obviously knows how terrible he is because he must be just using it as a joke now. Do you know what I mean?
Here it comes. I'm diving in. I'm diving in with the green hair. With the green hair.
What was that?
He had green hair. Can we start
Yeah,
with the green
yeah.
hair? No.
Yeah, we speak it. We're saying it's just.
So with that being said, I I was shocked that they was letting him fight, and I guess now he's had his 15 minutes of fame. But do you think that maybe people are a little mad with themselves because y'all even gave him a platform to even build it up this
I
high?
just, do you know what? Like I literally that Brandon Lambert when after that Miami thing, and then when he started talking shit about me online, I just blocked him on everything because do you know
Oh,
what?
you did?
Not because he'll be going, oh Tyler's blocked me because he's a pussy. No, Tyler's blocked you because I don't want this motherfucker trying to steal any of my clout because I've worked hard for where I am, and he's just trying to ride off me by being like, oh yeah. I'll beat Tyler Goodjohn. He knows in his head he'd never beat me, but he's just trying to ride my clout. And I'm thinking to myself, no, I'm not having that. So I've blocked you, and you literally can't get to me now. And then he went down other avenues of, taking the piss out of other people and all that shit. And then eventually, David Feldman, the idiot, is give him a chance to go fight, and then he just looked terrible, didn't he? Right.
Okay, so let's go back to your fight. Let's go back to weigh-ins. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, young man. I was not offended by those underwear you donned for weigh-ins. Like a lot of people took it offensively.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
thought it was too girly or something.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell me about those. Where'd those come from? Why did you wear them? Just give them the business. I'm sorry that you were sick, but I'm saying you didn't harm those underwear wearing them.
Oh no, they're Versace, yeah, they're sick. They're what yeah, I had them say for a special day, and that happened to be the weighing.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and the dressing gown is just that's just
Did
a bit of my.
anybody, did anybody, did anybody say to you, Tyler, don't wear those. Please put something else on before you
No.
before actual in front of camera wears.
Oh no. No. Why would they? Why would they?
Did
You got this guy in the crowd. You got this. You got this guy in the front of the crowd going crazy, um, because I'm a bare knuckle fighter, but I'm all dressed all like flamboyant. Oh yeah, it was great. It went well.
okay. So after your fight in the ring, the reception that you got from the crowd, how would you say that was? And what were you thinking?
Um, oh, I was just a bit like upset really, because I thought like like I say, I'd done a lot in my head. I'd done a lot to get there. Obviously, having COVID and everything else. So, yeah, to be booed was I thought was unfair. Do you know what I mean? But then, I obviously finding out more after the fight, I knew how much of a fan favorite Felon he is. So, um, I suppose really it was expected.
Okay, understood. So, okay, you made this post and I shared it because the shit just blew my mind. You know what post I'm talking about too. Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. So, for true, that happened. And why did you post that? What made you do that? You was that angry with them,
um, it's yeah, it's just,
or
yeah.
just the whole situation? You was like,
Um,
fuck it.
yeah, I mean, like I say, I very much feel that I was more disrespected. I was more disrespected. Do you know what I mean? Really, but
You keep on saying that. Tell me what specifically made you feel like that. Oh, oh wow. I'm gonna have to clip and cut this out because either his phone died or he just lost reception. So I'm gonna see if he comes back. This has been the most interesting conversation ever with a fighter about any and everything. But he's a good sport. This young man is a real good sport, and he said it that he's going to let it go all with Chris Lytle because he want to see what they got to say about what they did or did not do for or to him while he was here. How about that? That's going to be interesting because he's going to be going head to head with the man that sits next to Sean Wheelock on that commentators table, Chris Lytle. So they're going to be talking as fighters at that organization. Both of them have fought for BKFC. Chris Lytle is now commentating. And you heard Tyler, he came from the UK over here to fight. And as he explains it, he didn't have the best of experiences. It started out, it looked like as a good experience, and then it just did not turn out to be the best experience for him. And apparently, a lot of things happened between him leaving the UK and him returning. So, although Miss Nikki was working her hardest to get it all, sometimes everything ain't for everybody. So, with that being said, we're going to see what BKFC allows to come forward from the conversation with Tyler and Chris, if it ever takes place. Because once this airs, no telling what kind of monkey wrench this is going to throw into that plan. So, damn. Thank you, Tyler, Goodjohn, El Tornado. Um, for being such a good sport, young man. Like I said, I would never wish for any fighter to come from their country here and have a bad experience. Never, ever would I ever want that for anybody. So I'm sorry that that happened. Will this be corrected? Will they fall out and then fall back in? And maybe a year or so from now, maybe Tyler will return and maybe they can flush this whole contract out and make it work. He said some big changes need to happen from the BKFC side. So with that being said, we're gonna have to wait and see what they release and what they allow us to know about this whole situation. So, you know, it's been real. Love, peace, and hair grease. I was waiting to see if Tyler would bump back in, but he's probably not. But I appreciate him making an appearance up here with Miss Nikki, and hopefully we'll get to speak and talk about what is in his future to come. We didn't even get to that part of our conversation, but yeah, and maybe the questions that we were about to talk, maybe the conversation we were about to have was too hot for TV, and that might have ended my interview with him because I was, like I said, y'all put it out there. Once you put it out there, anybody has a reason to question it, or maybe a little bit of a right. You put it out there, it's out there for public view. So with that being said, if we putting stuff out there, we got to be ready to answer for it. And that's all I was doing was having him fill in the blanks and the holes for me because I was not present at these shows that we're talking about. I was not present. So, but it was a pleasure talking to this young man, and I really wish Tyler the best if he decides to continue boxing at throwing bare knuckle, whether it's with either organization, BKB, I think he's out from them too, or BKFC or any other organization, or if he decides to go back to glove boxing, regular, stand-up boxing. So we'll just have to wait and see what this young man has in his future, and hopefully I'll get to have another conversation with him because I had a lot of fun with him. I really did. I had a good time with him. Even when you want to be mad at him, you can't even be mad at him. So there you have it. Love, peace, and hair grease. It's Nikki. Bye, heads, MMA.